Hey Astro Babies, Capricornus here, and I am here for the second installation in the moon sign series. I'm going to be doing a different moon sign, hopefully once a week, maybe even more frequently than that. So to find the other moon sign videos, you can scroll through my other videos. So just a quick recap on what the moon sign means in your chart. Personally, I find is probably the most important piece of your chart because it is who you really are behind all the other layers of your personality. It is like your deepest self, who you are on a core level. It's what the people closest to you see when they get to know you. It is your emotional self. And I just find it is like sort of the real you, and therefore exceptionally important. Okay, so this time the moon sign I will be talking about is Pisces. Pisces, is the last sign in the zodiac, so usually they get to be last, so that's why I chose to do Pisces moon second. Okay, so let's look at what it means to have the moon in Pisces. So it's the last sign in the zodiac. It is a water sign. It is a mutable sign. So the way I look at Pisces in general is sort of like the ocean. It's all of the ocean. It's like a river. It's moving. It's water, just really, really deep, always changing, but very vast and very sort of can kind of just wash over the world like a big wave. And it's the sign of the fish, just constantly swimming, kind of dodging things, but kind of just floating through life and going through life. And since it's the last sign, it is a very evolved, very wise sign. So people with Pisces moon have this internal wisdom and this internal sort of knowingness about the world and this instinct for emotions and for understanding. They are usually very, very emotional people, very, very sensitive people, probably more sensitive than potentially any other moon sign except maybe Cancer moon, but definitely extremely sensitive, even more sensitive than Pisces sun, I believe. Their emotions are very fluid and like I said, like a river. They're flowing constantly and evolving and changing. People with the moon in Pisces can kind of fall into things emotionally. Like when they're falling in love, they sort of just let themselves be overcome by emotion. They don't really have like a structure to their emotions. They don't really have like A, B, and C in their emotional self. It's just kind of all encompassing. They're very loving, usually very affectionate people. They just want to love people and take care of people. They're giving. They can be extremely selfless. Even if like on a surface level, depending on their other parts of their chart, they're like these goal-getting selfish people, like deep down, they don't really care. They just want to give. They just want to love. Pisces moon people are usually very creative because their creative inspiration just sort of comes to them. It just sort of flows through their body. It's not like a process. It's just like, it just comes to them and then they just need to create. They're very wise. Pisces moon people are the type of people that, if you're talking to them, they kind of just understand without you really having to like explain it too much. They kind of just instinctively can grasp. They're very like empathetic. They can feel other people's feelings, and in this way it can be bad because sometimes they take on too much of other people's feelings. They don't necessarily always know how to differentiate between that person's feelings and their feelings, and so they'll kind of take it on and just transmute it and be like, I feel this way, and it's like, no, you don't feel that way, that person felt that way. And sometimes they can get confused where they're like, they can kind of just flow through emotions that way. They don't necessarily love confrontation, although they're so sensitive that they can get really hurt by things and end up being in a confrontation because they're just like, you hurt me, but they don't really like it because they just want to love. Like, if you're with a Pisces moon, like just love them, just like give them love and like deal with all of their craziness, because yeah, they can be kind of crazy, but just give them love. That's really what they want, and they want to love you as well. So let them love you. Like, that's all they want. Okay, so just kind of going through the signs, the sun signs, how they might be with the Pisces moon. Aries sun and Pisces moon are honestly really exceptional people, because it's the first sign of the zodiac and the last sign of the zodiac. So they have that fire and that newness and that feistiness and that passion of the Aries sun, but with the Pisces moon, so they're actually not as immature as you think, and they're actually very deep and very very creative people. And they're really just super generous and kind and funny, interesting, kooky people. Taurus with a Pisces moon, these people are so sensual and so caring. Like, they literally just want to embrace you in their arms and just like give you their love, and just they can be a little bit more like go-getting than other Pisces moons, maybe. Like, they really want to use their emotional depth and their understanding to like make changes in the world, positive changes. They can be a little bit lazy, but they're definitely passionate. Okay, Gemini with Pisces moon people are kind of conflict in a way. They're very ADD and probably OCD a little bit, but they're like, they can really make some stuff happen because they're so intelligent, they're so smart, but they're also emotionally intelligent. But they can be conflicted emotionally. There's a lot of back and forth between these people. They don't always know like how they feel, but they're very sensitive as well. Cancer with a Pisces moon, these people are so sweet, so loving. The one thing about them is they can be sort of victimizing. They get really lost in their emotions and really lost in other people's emotions, and they can be kind of sad people, but really, really loving and really kind, selfless people. Leo with a Pisces moon, this is another really great combination because there's so much creativity, and there's actually a really good sense of humor about life to these people. I feel like they kind of just take life as it comes. They want everyone to be happy. They really want everyone to be happy, and they want to make you happy, and they really just embrace that kind of like the joy of life. Although they can be sensitive, they usually try to turn it into a positive thing at the end of the day. Virgo with Pisces moon people can also be very conflicted. These are the givers, the ultimate givers. Like, they're super selfless, but they can be very neurotic, and definitely they don't always know how to deal with their sensitivity, because they can be very guarded and they don't like feeling vulnerable, but deep down they want to be vulnerable. But these are the people that will like literally do anything for you if you ask them. They can be, again, a little victimizing and a little like, well, I did this for you and you didn't appreciate it kind of thing. But at the end of the day, they really just want to help. Libra with Pisces moon people are very kind of hippies. Like, they're very creative and artistic and really nice, really sweet people. They can be definitely, I don't want to say doormats, but they don't like confrontation. They don't like anything drastic or harsh or dramatic. They kind of just want to keep things really even and really nice, and but they're very beautiful souls. Scorpio with the Pisces moon people, these people are so intense and so deep. These are the kind of people that can either be the best people ever, or they can go on a really dark side. So you want to nurture the goodness in them, because when they are hurt, they can get really vindictive, and they can be kind of manipulative without meaning to, because they need that control of the Scorpio moon, but they're also Scorpio sun, it's also so sensitive with the Pisces moon that like you gotta make sure you kind of tread lightly with them, because they can go either way. Sag with Pisces moon, these people are the dreamers, they are the wanderlust people. They will just go do anything. They're very open-minded, they're very open in general. They can be kind of loosey-goosey. Like, they're not the most like reliable people in the world. They can kind of like, they're the people that can like fall off the face of the earth without talking to anyone. But they're really great people. Like, you want one of these in your life, even though they might come and go as they please. You want to have one in your life. Capricorn with a Pisces moon, that's a pretty good combination. They can be definitely dark, somewhat depressive people, but they're so great because they're like the Capricorn strength, but that Pisces empathy. So a lot of what they do, although they're like going and trying to do it and like get it done, it's for a good reason. They have very good intentions at the end of the day. And they're just, I think, just really good people. But they can be their own worst enemy. Aquarius with Pisces moon, these people are very interesting, very unique, very special people. They can be kind of loners. They can really separate themselves, kind of detach themselves from themselves and really just be all about other people. But they can be also very detached in that way where you don't really know what's going on with them. You don't really know what's going through their mind. Like, they're very kind of go with the flow type of people, and they're also very, very sensitive. Even if they don't really show it, they're very sensitive, so you need to like be careful with their feelings. And Pisces with Pisces moon people are just like the ultimate Pisces, the ultimate lovers, ultimate sweeties. They will do anything for you. Can be resentful, again, like I've brought up before with other signs. You know, they can definitely hold stuff in, but they are just like so wise and so kind and so loving and sweet. But definitely a little bit emotionally tumultuous. They don't really have a lot of boundaries with themselves and kind of just go and flow and just like not always, they can be deceptive, you know, they can be sort of addictive as well, but really just wonderful, sweet, kind people. Okay, so that is what I have to give you on Pisces moon. Stay tuned for the next installment. We don't know what sign it's gonna be.